Hello everyone, and welcome to Trending, a show all about the diverse things going on right here in the city of West Hollywood. I'm Tracy Savage. West Hollywood is going to the dogs, and that's a good thing. This city absolutely loves its animal companions, cats and dogs, and works really hard to make sure that this city is the best place to live for man's best friends. Today on Trending, we're going to take a look at how West Hollywood takes care of its four-legged residents, from opening dog parks to helping them find their way home if they get lost. And joining me today on Trending is Terry Austin, president of the Amanda Foundation, a nonprofit organization that rescues dogs and cats who are spending their last days at city and county shelters. It's just an amazing organization, and I know you do so many things for animals all across the county. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you.
And also today on Trending, Nadia Sutton, founder of paws-la, a well-known activist in the city of West Hollywood. You started paws-la in West Hollywood nearly 30 years ago, and you've made it your mission to take care of animals in this area. Well, I want to welcome you both, and thank you both for being here today. Really excited to meet you and to be able to talk to you. And I want to talk to you both. First, we're going to talk a little bit about your organizations and how you help take care of animal companions here in West Hollywood. And then I want to branch out a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about what this city, West Hollywood, is doing, and what it could be doing, if it's not, to make this area a really pet-friendly place. And Nadia, I want to start with you. Nadia Sutton. You started paws-la in 1988, just as the HIV/AIDS epidemic was really impacting this city. So tell me a little bit, some history of your organization and why you started paws-la.
Well, if we go back like 30 years ago when AIDS and HIV started, that's when I was losing the people I loved the most to AIDS and HIV. You know, we were next to someone's bed every day, and our hearts were broken. And then as we were talking down the years, I realized my friends were in the hospital and people were giving their animals away. My friends were in the hospital and they didn't have the money to take care of their pets. They would go without food to be able to keep their pets, and I was heartbroken. And one night when I found out that my friend in the hospital had nearly lost his cats because they wanted to give them away, and of course I got the cats back. And I thought, oh my God, we need to do something. And so I phoned my friend Stan and I said, let's start something. And that's how paws-la was born. Wow. It was around the hayride when they had the big meetings around AIDS and HIV, and we got all the support, and so we just started because of love.
Well, love, was it love that helped you keep it going all these years, to grow it and make it turn it into what it is?
It was love and determination. Yeah. And really, it was everyone who gathered around. And also because it was that passion that these were our children and we had to keep them. It was my passion because these were the people I loved, and we couldn't have their hearts broken, and so that's what kept it going. And then it evolved, and we now take care also of seniors, a lot of seniors in West Hollywood, by the way, and some people with other life-threatening illnesses. But it's mainly that amazing bond, because for so many people, they are alive, and you'll probably agree, because of their animals.
Sure. Well, what exactly is the mission of paws-la? What exactly can you do, and what do you do?
So what do we do? And it has sort of transformed. At first, we did a lot of pet fostering because so many people were in the hospital. But so we still do pet fostering. We provide pet food. We provide volunteer services. So that we have actually vet services and wonderful vets who work with us at a discount. We've also got a housing advocacy service, which started a few years ago, where we educate and help people to be able to keep their animals when people in housing are trying to throw them out. So it has morphed over the years.
Absolutely. And I imagine for you, being able to help so many people and help them with their children must be incredibly rewarding.
It's incredible. I was the founder and I was the executive director. Now I'm on the board. And we take care of about 1,700 people and nearly 2,000 animals.
That's amazing.
It goes all over. It even includes Long Beach.
Wow.
But West Hollywood is where a lot happens.
Yes, yes. Well, Terry Austin, you have been helping pets for a long, long time. Tell me a little bit about the Amanda Foundation. What is your mission? How are you involved? What does the Amanda Foundation do for people and their companions?
Well, people frequently ask me, who is Amanda?
Yeah.
And in Latin, the name Amanda means worthy of love.
Nice.
So our philosophy towards our dog and cat companions is that they are worthy of our love and support. So what we do, and what we started as, was a rescue organization. We'd go to city and county shelters and take the animals that had been overlooked by the public and then find them homes. But we weren't doing that for very long before we realized that if we weren't working very hard towards reducing the number of animals actually coming into the shelter, that we really weren't having an impact. So back in 1998, we started working towards creating a spay-neuter ordinance that was adopted by the City of Los Angeles and now by the County of Los Angeles that mandates that dogs and cats must be spayed and neutered by the time they're 4 months of age. We run a free mobile clinic. It is the most successful program of its kind in California. Last year we did over 7,000 spay and neuters. And you think if 7,000 animals, if half of those animals reproduced 1 litter of 6, that's over 20,000 animals that did not weren't produced to end up on the streets.
Wow.
So we rescue from the shelters. We find those animals loving homes. We have our Spaymobile that does the space surgeries. And then in 2005, we opened our own hospital. And we're the only nonprofit in Southern California to operate a full service, not just a clinic. We do orthopedic surgery. We do mass removals, dentals. And what we're able to do is not only care for the animals that we bring into our shelter, but we can also offer very discounted services to many other rescue groups, making their donation dollars go farther. As a matter of fact, paws, and it means pets are wonderful support.
Yes.
And which is a wonderful feeling that we all know that that's what they're there for. And we work together. I've known Nadia for a very long time.
All the people. And they've helped us with adoption.
Yes, and we do adoptions together. So we're a rescue, we're a hospital, and we're a spay-neuter organization.
Amazing. Yes. Well, I understand the City of West Hollywood doesn't have an animal shelter. In fact, the closest one is in Carson. So you guys have kind of filled that void here for the City of West Hollywood.
Well, the City of West Hollywood, City Council and people at City Hall are very forward-thinking in terms of animals and very understanding the fact that these are our beloved companions. And a few years ago, we entered into an agreement where dogs and cats that were found by animal control would be brought to our hospital, and so that people could find their pets and their animal companions. We don't use pets. But yes, and so they can find them when they're still in the community, because in the past they would be taken out to Carson. And normally what would happen is people who live in West Hollywood would go to the closest animal shelter, which was West LA, and their pets would not be there.
Oh,
and then they would give up thinking they weren't to be found. So that's something we've done the last few years, and it was something that was brought to us from West Hollywood City Council. Reunited a lot of people with their
And
animals.
Terry, why have you worked so hard for animals for all these years, for pets, for pet companions? What do you get out of this personally?
Nothing makes me happier than taking one of our furry pals and finding, taking them from the shelter where they're about to be euthanized and finding someone who's going to cherish and love them. And I was speaking with Nadia earlier, and I was saying that, I've been with Amanda, this is my 30th year, so I have people coming in the door who have a child with them and say, I got my dog from you when I was 10. And so it's very fulfilling to realize that you had an impact on someone's life towards their companion animal, and that they think well enough of you to come back after all those years. So it's hugely fulfilling.
It is, it's the thing such that I remember many years ago, just a few years ago, it was Christmas Eve, and we were about, Steve Wayland, who was with me from the beginning, who's magnificent. We were about to close the office on Christmas Eve, and a young man walked in, and he said, "I'm sorry to take your time, I know you're going, but do you have any food for my cat?" And I said, "Of course we can, sit down." And I'll always remember Steve going out and getting some food, and we had some extra little bags for the clients, for our humans as well, and some treats for the cats, and he came back with a handful.
On Christmas Eve.
Yes, and meanwhile we had given him some eggnog and everything. And after all those years, I still remember the young man saying to us, "Now my cat and I will have a Christmas after all." And so there's so many stories, but this is
Yeah, it's ongoing. The number
and it still does it for you know.
Yes.
I don't get over it.
Yeah.
I look forward every day to going and seeing all our orphans, and then seeing them go home.
And we get to do something we love. We get to hug and kiss animals and humans.
Yes.
And it really isn't, you know, people wouldn't say it's an animal charity. I tell people, I say, you know, we don't rescue the dogs and cats, teach them computer skills and get them singles apartments. They're companions to people.
Yes.
So every dog or cat that is rescued is then enriches the life of a person.
Yeah, and it makes a life, you know, for instance, yes, our housing advocacy. This is what we do, where we give people the opportunity to say, no, I don't have to throw my dog or my cat in the street.
Yeah.
We have, we've passed ordinances, and West Hollywood, of course, is fabulous, where people who have companion animals are, the landlord has got to accept to keep them, and that's what we've done.
That's amazing. Let's talk about West Hollywood and what makes this city really superior as far as being a pet-friendly city. No declawing in this city.
One of the first cities to adopt that.
Yes.
I was on the news. I was covering it. Completely controversial, just because it had never been done before. And way to go for paving the way, right?
Yeah. And puppy mills.
Yes, no selling.
Yes, no selling.
Only rescue dogs in any pet-related business.
And then also the last thing, no animal fur is allowed to be sold. I mean, so West Hollywood really sets itself apart from other cities. Is that? Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. But also, I think for many people, I don't say everyone, but for many people, especially in my LGBT community, our animals are our family.
Yeah.
You know, and so. You know, so you can just see that
you have to take
those
care
animals
of them.
rule the roost.
Yes,
as you can see.
Dog parks weren't around 20 years ago, but they've become very popular. And West Hollywood has the Hart Park.
Yes.
And there's another one that's about to open up, San Vicente Dog Park.
Yes.
How important are dog parks?
They're very important for people. Because a lot of times when people are facing having to place their dog, it's because the animal in the household is making noise or being destructive, and it's a rental situation or whatever. If somebody has a park where they can exercise their pet, a lot of that problem will disappear.
Sure.
Also, the socialization of them and
of the humans.
Yeah, well, yes, I was just about to say, is that one of the great pluses to dog parks is the community spirit.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was doing some
Get that person out of the house.
and know your neighbors.
Yeah.
And it's a great conversation starter. You say to somebody, what a cute dog, and you've made a friend. And now a conversation.
You've complimented my baby.
You know. Right, exactly. I did some investigation about dog parks for another city that was looking into it, and the city of Beverly Hills actually, and I had phoned Santa Monica, which has 4 dog parks, and I spoke to the officer who was in charge of any infractions at the dog parks, and I said, do you have a lot of problems? You know, he said, I get more calls to the public library than I do to come to the dog park.
Wow.
So it really is a very nice community environment.
And it's wonderful also for some of our seniors, because we work with a lot of seniors, because we work with seniors, and the city of West Hollywood has been amazing about supporting paws-la, you know, with funding.
Right.
And for our seniors to be able to go to the dog park and socialize.
Exactly.
It's so wonderful.
It gets everybody
because
out.
Otherwise they would be locked in.
Sure.
And so they're forced to socialize by taking their animals out.
I love it. Why is it important for people who have pet companions, animal companions, to fight for their rights and to be active and to make sure that there are services available for their companions?
Because that's family. First of all, as I say, it's about caring. They share the planet with us, we owe it to them, and we've got to be their voice. But it's also the fact that this is part of the family. And so if we want something to happen, like this magnificent woman here, over the years, she's made things happen by making sure that we pass the legislation and that we educate, and that's something that's so important.
You're right, Nadia. That is
the education is so important.
Right. Just to let people know, I mean, a lot of people don't realize, for instance, about spay and neuter, all the benefits health-wise and behavioral-wise to spaying and neutering your pet. And when you can educate someone and say, you know, the anxiety and the aggression will be lessened if the animal is spayed and neutered. There's so many things. So yes, it's really important that we speak for them, because they can't speak for themselves.
And also we've got to work culturally, because we've, and you probably do the same, we also make sure that we work not just in English, but we also work in Spanish, because some of our friends who speak Spanish might have a slightly different cultural outlook. And so it's not a question of shaking our finger, but of sharing and passing the information.
Absolutely.
Which you do.
Well, with our Spaymobile, we go into very low-income areas, and we deal with a lot of people who are new to the country, and aren't aware of the spay neuter. But I'll tell you, when we first started the program years ago, before we did all the outreach and information, people would sit in the parking lot and look at the mobile clinic, but they didn't want to partake. And now we're busy every single day. So getting into the communities and just giving out the information and educating people, it goes a long way.
And for instance, at paws-la, we will not take a client unless we've got a certificate that shows that their pet has been spayed or neutered.
Right. We do the same. A lot of times we're going to help people. They want some other service, and we say, well, we'll spay or neuter your animal for free, and we'll give you that service. Right. But you have to let us spay and neuter your animal.
And also with cats, you know, because I also work with cats, with cat nippers, what we do trap, neuter, return, where cats are being spayed and neutered and returned. And thousands of kittens are not born because of that.
And that's something coming into the spring when cats are being born, that people, if somebody wants to feed a cat that they feel is a stray cat in their neighborhood, they really should feel obligated to take that kitty into a clinic. And there's so many opportunities to get the animal spayed or neutered. Right. But to feed an animal on the street and then allow it to reproduce, you're not helping the situation there. So, and what people don't realize is that a lot of times they leave a lot of food out, and if the fatter the kitty is, the more kittens she's going to have. So you're dooming a bunch of kittens to end up on the street.
That's why we do the trap, neuter, return.
Excellent.
So how can residents here in West Hollywood find you, both of you, if they need help, if they...
Well, how do they find you?
How do they find you, Nadia?
The best thing is to go to www.paws-la.org, PAWS-LA.org. That's the best thing. And we always need volunteers, so you're very welcome to join us.
And it's a great way to spend your time.
We have fabulous events. We just had a wonderful event with Lorna Loft for our 25th, and we are going to have Paws-la here in West Hollywood. And we have lots of fun information. Go to our website.
Perfect.
www.paws-la.org.
All right. And Terry, for the Amanda Foundation?
Well, we're neighbors to West Hollywood. We're in Beverly Hills, and we're at 351 North Foothill Road between Alden and 3rd. We also need volunteers, and we're open every single day of the year. We're holidays every single day, Saturday, Sunday, every day.
Really?
And we need people to come and cuddle our kitties and walk our dogs, to foster. People can call us at 310-278-2935, and our website is amandafoundation.org. And believe me, whatever time someone has to offer, we could use them. Sometimes people feel if they can't come every Saturday, well, they're going to be letting us down. I tell people your time is so valuable. Whatever you've got to give us, we'll take it.
I love
you know, because even if we just do, we don't just need people to distribute pet food and so on, but we've got events and we want wonderful people to help us.
Sure.
And we need people in the office. So, and by the way, it's 213-741-1950. I'm dyslexic, so I do things with numbers.
Thank you. Well, Nadia Sutton, Terry Austin, I want to thank you both so much for joining me here today. It's really fun to talk to both of you, and it's wonderful what you're doing to help our animal companions. They need love, and they need someone to care about them, and it's just wonderful that you...
And only in West Hollywood do we have our friends who have got Facebook pages for their dogs and their cats.
All right. Thank you
for having us.
Thank you so much
Really
for having
appreciate
us.
it. And now for more on what West Hollywood is doing to help its animal companions, let's head outside and we're going to check in with Eddie Robinson.
Collar and Leash is one of the many stores in West Hollywood that cater to the needs of your favorite pet. This pet food and supply store has it all, even for the most discerning West Hollywood pet guardian. How long has Collar and Leash been a part of the West Hollywood community?
We've been in West Hollywood since 1986.
What are the most popular products at Collar and Leash?
Collars and leashes, obviously, all of our foods, and a wide selection of treats.
What is the best element of owning a store like Collar and Leash in the city of West Hollywood?
It's neighborly, friendly people come in. No 2 days are going to be the same, and the variety of the customer types that come in is what makes it unique.
Are there any special events that Collar and Leash offers for the customers throughout the year?
Throughout the year, we do occasionally have animal teeth cleaning, the non-anesthesia animal teeth cleaning, as well as low-cost vaccination. And we, from time to time, still do pet adoptions as well.
What type of animals do you specifically cater to at Collar and Leash? Is it animals such as cats and dogs, or are there more?
Primarily, we do have cats and dog customers, but we do have fish food, reptile food, and small animal food as well.
Tell us about your unique price matching opportunities at the store.
Well, we do match prices with anyone within a 5-mile radius. So if you find anything lower within a 5-mile radius at a similar type of store, bring the price to us and we'll match it.
Do you do any Guardian nutrition for your customers?
We do. Many of the products that we have in stock will have product demos on a regular rotation basis, so they're able to find out, customers are able to find out what will work best with their particular animal based on the types of products we have available.
What's a normal day working at Collar and Leash like?
Well, we're here 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and please come by and visit our friendly and helpful staff.
If you're on the hunt for collars and leashes or other pet essentials, Collar and Leash is located at 8555 Santa Monica Boulevard. Their website is collar-and-leash.net or call 310-657-6638. What is the philosophy behind Healthy Spot?
When we select our products, we often like to look at the quality of ingredients, the manufacturing of those products, but also important as well is who we're doing business with. You know, what are their values, what are their ethics, how are they running their business.
Can you tell us about the importance of product quality?
We are very big on raw foods because we feel it's kind of the best fit in terms of your pet's biological makeup, whether you're a dog or a cat. Even with things like that, they leverage a lot of technology. So the temperature of the food is even tracked from manufacturing to distribution all the way to our store to make sure it's always at safe levels.
Tell us about your community-sponsored events.
We try to support the local community, whether, you know, like in West Hollywood, we're always involved in Pride Parade. We support a lot of the local schools with their fundraiser and events as well.
What experience does the customer take away when shopping at Healthy Spot?
Pets are such a big part of our lives, such an intimate part of our lives, that we want that connection to be genuine, that your experience here is authentic, and that when you come to grooming or when you come to daycare, you know that there's a real personal connection, a personal level of care that goes into what we're doing with your dog, and that you can trust that they're in good hands while they're here with us.
What are the trends as they relate to dog grooming?
A lot of coloring, I would say, in grooming, a lot of dyeing, mohawks and the tail and the feet. I would say we dye the most of our dogs in the West Hollywood location.
Talk to us about special services such as dog walking.
Our attendants are trained to safely walk the dogs through the neighborhood, and it really it promotes good walking habits. So it's that pack mentality when you're walking with a group of dogs on leash around other dogs. It's it promotes good habits in terms of no pulling and staying next to the person walking with them, and it's a good form of exercise. Normally when they're done with walks, all the dogs that go back in poop out. They're napping, so it's good. Yeah.
Do you offer any classes?
We do offer training services, basic obedience up to more sophisticated, excelled obedience. Yes.
What is the doggy experience here at Healthy Spot?
Our daycare is very unique because we use real live grass, so it promotes good potty habits as opposed to like ceramic flooring or tiled. It really promotes the real thing, like if you're walking a dog and they go potty on the grass. So that's changed twice a week. And then beyond that, I would say our daycare offers a really unique and individualized experience. So obviously you'll notice our room is much smaller, but what that allows us to do is create a ratio of dogs to attendants that's much smaller than normal daycare. So it's a 4 to 6 dog to 1 attendant. So we're really able to get to know the dogs and who they like to play with, who their boyfriends are, their girlfriends are, and how many times they go potty in a day. It's very personal.
Do guardians get a report card at the end of the day?
Whenever they're picked up, they get a report card, and it lists the number of times that they went potty, who they played with, if they finished their meals. We offer free feedings too, so if you want to bring breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we can feed them throughout the day, and that's alone, so they can eat in peace, and it's great. Yeah, the report cards. That's the one thing I've heard that parents love the most, is being able to hear about how their dog did. So, yes.
Patricia, tell us about the awards that Healthy Spot has received for their grooming.
Myself and a group of Healthy Spot groomers, we compete internationally every year in California and Las Vegas, and it's against the top groomers in the world from places like Japan, the UK, and Australia.
What's the secret to winning the awards?
A lot of hard work and dedication. We believe in continued education, so we're always going to dog shows, we're always taking classes and learning more and more, and we go as a team.
What is your favorite style when it comes to grooming?
I'm really into the new Japanese style, which focuses on cuteness. So it's not really like the Westminster dog show where the headpieces are all big. It's like cute little faces, mohawks, hair to the side. So very creative styles.
Tell us about the groomer's continued training.
For one, competing. When you go to compete in that type of setting, you're being judged by, the top judges in the world again, and they critique every inch of your dog. So even if you win first place, you're going to learn something of how you can better yourself. We also require all our groomers to take safety courses, CPR, and then classes on quality haircuts and compassionate dog handling.
How many clients does one groomer have per day?
Traditionally, in most salons, a groomer would be responsible from anywhere to 8 to 12 dogs. If you're working an 8-hour shift, that's not even an hour per dog. Here at Healthy Spot, we normally work on 6 dogs per day, so we're really able to give them the attention they need if they're a senior dog, if they're a little skittish, or maybe because they want a really extravagant hairstyle, so we're able to provide that.
Tell us a little bit about the services that are offered at the salon.
Every one of our dogs that comes into Healthy Spot gets a blueberry facial. So my dog personally loves it. Like, she closes her eyes, she can't wait to get it. And that's just the blueberry facial that whitens the face, and it's totally safe for the dog's eyes, and they can even lick it. It's totally safe. We also do paw rubs. So, a good massage on their paws with a moisturizing cream. We do pedicures. We do all sorts of fun stuff.
Do you have any comments on future grooming styles?
Well, I think more and more, grooming salons are less about just getting your dog in there, getting in and out in a short haircut that, lasts a long time. It's more about style. It's about, making the dog's personal style come out, their personality, their facial expression. So it's more artistic than it ever has been.
Healthy Spot is located at 8525 Santa Monica Boulevard. You can also visit them online at healthyspot.com or call 310-657-2400. West Hollywood residents know just how much a companion can enhance our quality of life. And luckily, with so many options for care, their lives can be enhanced also. Right, Zoe?
Thanks, Eddie. And that's trending for today. If you have a comment, or if you'd like more information, or if you have an idea for a trending topic, just leave a message at WehoTV on Facebook or Twitter. You can also email us. Just remember to put #trending in the subject line, and we'll get right back to you. I'm Tracy Savage. Thank you so much.